What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to look at the top tips to help you guys ready and prepped to get after Shiny Magikarp Day in Pokemon Go for the next Calm Day. So, welcome to the trainer club. Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about having Shiny Magikarp Community Day in Pokemon Go? So later at a different time, we're going to look at some new types of theories that I have about the Calm Days in Pokemon Go. But for right now, this is not a joke. This is actually happening. So I'm sure that like 50% of us are going to be like super hyped. We have not got a Shiny Magikarp. And then there's going to be 50% of us that are like, man, we've been grinding Shinies since the beginning. I've already had many a Shiny Magikarp and I have already deleted a lot of Shiny Magikarp. So let me know in the comments below, which side are you on? Are you right in the middle and you don't care? So today we're going to go over all the details and I'm going to start giving you my pre-prep tips to make sure you guys are ready to go for this Calm Day because it has the best bonus in the game according to my opinion. So this is going to take place on Saturday, August 8th from 11 a.m. all the way until 5 p.m. There's a couple details going on. The biggest and most important detail is that it's going to be the bonus of 3x Catch Stardust. So that is going to be absolutely huge for us. I'm so excited to get that 3x Catch Stardust. You guys know whenever it is 3x Catch Stardust, I make sure that you guys are prepped as much as possible and you take full advantage of all those events because 3x Catch Stardust is the best Stardust event that we can possibly have in the game, in my opinion. So beyond that, we are also going to get 3-hour incenses, and then additionally, if you do evolve the Magikarp all the way into the Gyarados during that 6 hours or the 2 hours after for a total of 8 hours in evolutions, guess what, guys? You are going to be able to get Gyarados with Aqua Tail. So Aqua Tail is going to be the Calm Day move. Previously, it does have Hydro Pump. The one thing about Hydro Pump is it charges very slowly, and using it, whether it be a Raider or a PvP Pokemon, it's going to take a lot longer to get all the way to the Hydro Pump. But now, with Aqua Tail, it's going to significantly bump up this Gyarados. Also, with that, we do have two other things going on. Number one, we're going to have a Calm Day box, which it looks like it's going to be relatively consistent from here on out, switching in between the Charged and the Fast TMs. In the Elite form, we do have the Charged Elite TM in the box. It usually is 1,280 coins. Also, we have one more thing. It's going to be a $1 optional. It doesn't mean you have to pay $1 to play in the Calm Day. It means you can get an extra bonus research that usually has a Poffin, some extra Stardust, usually around 15,000 Stardust, a Magikarp encounter, which can be shiny, and a couple other things. I always think, it's like $1, guys. For me, it's worth it. Having 15,000 extra Stardust for $1, getting a Poffin. Normally, the Poffins are going to be 200 coins, so you might as well just get a Poffin for 50% off and get all those other bonuses on top of it. That's how I tend to think about the items. So, with all that said, guys, we are now going to get into everything we have to know about the Magikarp Community Day pre-prep guide, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to include all the items that we do need. So guys, if you did listen to me on our Go Fest prep guide, guys, we had a ton of Ultra Balls. If you did listen, you cleared out a bunch of Pokemon. You had a bunch of Pineapple Berries saved up. And I do know that if you did take my tips to heart and you saved up on as many Ultra Balls as possible and Great Balls, as many Pineapples as possible, you cleared out your bag, you had like the most flawless day ever because I did all that stuff and I only had to go through once for the entire 20 hours to clear out Pokemon. Actually, once per day. So like, it was absolutely amazing. I love having that much space and flexibility. So going into this day, I would say 500 Ultra Balls and up. The reason why is because it's Catch Stardust. Guys, we don't want to let this go away. It is my favorite bonus. I don't care what Pokemon. It could literally be shiny anything out there that I have 100 of. Sneasel, I am getting after the Catch Stardust every single time. It's so valuable and it's so easy to get it during these days, especially now that it's going to be 6 hours continual until the unforeseeable future. So let's keep on maxing out here. We're going to need 12 star pieces for the entire time. You can stack them up, but they are not going to be extended star pieces because they're only 30 minutes. So you need 12 for the entire time. So guys, please check out the shop if you guys do need to buy some, or check out any of the boxes because the Calm Day box, while yes, it does give you that elite charge TM, it doesn't quite get you there with the star pieces. And also guys, make sure to have as many Pineapple Berries as you possibly can because if you are a newer player, you don't have too much Magikarp candy, it's going to be 400 candy per evolution. So guys, if you're not like myself and you haven't Pineapple Magikarps ever since Pineapple Berries come out and you don't have over 10,000, you need to have as much candy as possible. So Pineapple Berries are an absolute must. I would say 500 if possible if you have the max bag. Like I said, guys, if you don't have a max bag, all you have to do is take whatever I am recommending and divide it by 3,000, which is going to be the total cap. So 500 divided by 3,000, and then times it by where your current bag is, or maneuver your bag around by deleting potions and revives and everything like that. Additionally, clear out your bag, guys. Anything that you don't want from GoFest, anything that isn't rare that you're saving, please clear out your bag. I would say at least 500 spaces to make sure that you catch as many Magikarps as possible. And then also, the other thing I'm going to recommend is to continually stack up on your 10-kilometer eggs. The reason why I'm saying this, although we do not get hatch stardust bonuses, being on the star pieces for that long of a time period, you might as well churn through a bunch of eggs. And if you do have 10-kilometer eggs, that's going to get you the most stardust for your buck in that regard. So those tips, constant. You guys need to stock up on those to max out completely on the best bonus in the game, which is then going to lead us into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be focus on the research task that is going to be catch 10 Pokemon. So leading all the way up until this event, granted on the August, it's probably going to switch. If it does change from this research task, I'm going to let you guys know, but that's going to be a Magikarp encounter. So if anybody out there does not have a good quality Magikarp, the easiest way to do it is to go after the research task. That's going to be catch 10 Pokemon. Super easy to complete. CP 100% IV is going to be 117 for that Magikarp. It's going to help you guys max out and be able to get some good evolution Pokemon as much as possible. The other thing, if you do live around any type of water area and you do want to go ahead and start catching Magikarps, you can definitely do so to make sure you stacked up. So now that we have the research tasks known, we know exactly where we're going. That's amazing, but now we're going to get on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be, what are we going to be looking out for the Magikarp? So as far as Magikarp going into Gyarados, Gyarados is a pretty powerful Pokemon. It is going to be double weak to electric. However, it gets some pretty unique moves that are going to be relatively useful in PvP. So right now, in the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 88, and in the Master League, it's going to be ranked 40, with the moveset of Dragon Breath, Crunch, and Hydro Pump. That Hydro Pump is for surely going to change into Aqua Tail, and for surely it's going to get a bump up because now it's going to charge a lot faster. Dragon Breath does do work with the combination of a little bit spammier of a water move. It's going to be great for you guys. So we're going to want to look out for Ultra League Pokemon. We're going to want to look out for Master League Pokemon. Master League Pokemon are going to be 100% IVs. And as far as a meta attacker, Kyogre is still going to be sitting number 1 for certain, but this one is probably going to get definitely a bump up because we're now going to have a special that's going to be a little bit more spammy. The 100% IVs on the Gyarados for the Ultra League is going to be level 27.5 at a 0, 15, 14. So it's definitely going to be one that we're going to try to get after to make sure you guys are ready to go whenever you choose to use Gyarados in your party, which is then going to lead us into tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be the premium items, guys. So for this event, we are going to be using premium items for the lures if you do choose to use it, because the glacial lure is going to boost water and ice type Pokemon. So you guys are going to want to start gymming to be able to save up a little bit more coins if you don't buy coins already to be able to have this. Granted, yes, we're going to have 3 hours extension on the incenses. However, these lure modules are going to bring out a ton more Pokemon. It's really going to exponentiate your process, and it's going to help you get more Stardust. So the more lure modules that we can have out, the more Pokemon we can see, the more everything we can get after. So that's going to be extremely, extremely important, which is then going to lead us on to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be, during this time frame, we are also going to be in the Enigma week. So not only are we going to be seeing Magikarps at this time, that's mainly going to be what the spawns are, but we're also going to be seeing all of these other shiny type Pokemon that are associated with the Enigma week, as well as the unknowns. So guys, if you do need any of these Pokemon, this is going to be a great time to have an increase in Pokemon to catch. Number 2, we're going to have Deoxys in the raids, which is then going to have its shiny potential. But do remember, guys, that when we are going after the raid bosses, we are not getting 3 times raid Stardust. It will only be 1,000. And then on a star piece, that's going to change to 1,500. And if you're catching a legendary Pokemon, that's no different than catching a Magikarp in the wild. So with all that said, going into a raid and then using all that time to be able to go in there, having your gacha on, potentially having some of these Magikarps run away from you that you could be catching is probably not going to be in your best interest during this time frame, because although yes, it's cool to have these Pokemon, it's also really not so cool to miss out on the best bonus in the game when you only have a 6-hour window to be able to capitalize. All the details said, guys, the big takeaways: if you don't have a shiny Magikarp, congratulations, you're now about to get one. If you don't have enough Magikarp candy, you are a newer player, congratulations, you're gonna get a ton of Magikarp candy. And also, congratulations, regardless of what player you are, because you're about to get a ton of Stardust during this time. Additionally, Magikarp is very easy to catch, so it's really gonna help us out. That's why you can also just have Great Balls instead of only having Ultra Balls during this time frame. So with all that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for being here. All my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level, I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.